What up, what up, what up, y'all? Where everybody at? Don't tell me YouTube is scared of the name George Floyd. Don't tell me they scared of what's going on in Minneapolis, Minnesota right now. GD, what's happening, homeboy? Hopefully y'all all having a great evening. Hopefully y'all all in tune to what's going on around this country and around this world, because it's getting real serious right now. You know, they acting up in Minneapolis, and it's well understood, and it's gonna get a lot worse. It's gonna get a lot worse. It's gonna get a lot worse. I'm telling you right now, it's gonna get a lot worse. You're either gonna join in or you're gonna watch from the sideline, because it's getting ready to go down. It done already started, but it's about to get real serious. You know, they're not gonna learn until they start losing family members, until they start losing kids. They just not gonna learn. They just think this is a game. They think they can go out and do what they want and kill who they want and just treat us any kind of way, and we tired of people just talking about it. It's time to do something. It's time that everybody rises as a nation. And it's not just a color thing. It's an authority thing versus people with no authority. You know, they just abusing their authority time and time again. They don't care at all. It seemed like once they put that badge on and in a particular color skin, they just feel like they can do anything and will not be charged. They will not face any repercussions. They think they'll get on administrative leave and get a paycheck for it. They'll think they'll be reigned as some national hero. Being fired just ain't enough. It just ain't enough. You know, these dudes have to be held accountable in court or in the streets. Court can be held in the streets, or court can be held in court, the court of law. It's up to us. It's up to us to say something. It's up for us to do something. Celebrities, hip hop stars, your favorite actor, they got to say something. They got to step up and say something. Those that's legally armed, they got to do something. They got to be on the front lines with their arms, and they got to do something, man. We gotta quit being nice. You know, we tired of talking about it and hearing about it. It's time to do something. It's time to make them retreat. It's time to make them understand. The results are mandatory. It's gonna keep happening, man. It's going to keep happening. People of color got to step up. The white people that say they understand or have colored friends, it's time to step up. It's time to say something, or it's time to do something. The time is now. I mean, it's obvious. There's a lot of people concerned. There's a lot of people worried, and a lot of people scared. It's time for those that's brave and those that's in right positions, and those that can carry weapons to step up. I mean, the military allowed people in the military to have these weapons. It's time to use them weapons on the front lines. It's time to neutralize police forces across America that think they can continue to take our lives for no reason. I mean, how do these people feel when they wake up in the morning before they do these things to us? And how should these people feel when they go to sleep at night after doing these things to us? You know what I mean? Something has to be done, and something will be done. I'm comfortable knowing that there are people that's ready to mobilize and join forces with those in Minneapolis that want to do something but don't know what to do. You feel me? Goldie, what's happening with you, man?
What's up, Kev, Matt?
We can't hear you, Goldie.
You can't hear me at all? How about now?
No, you got a serious delay, like a 5-second delay.
You sound great on my
But
end.
you asked to come on and you had something to say. I don't know what you want to say or how you gonna say it, but you know, I told you could use the platform whenever you needed it. So let's hear it, Goldie. I got a show at 6 o'clock with the females of hip hop, so we got about 40 minutes, bro.
All right, Kev Mac, man. I'm over here fumbling with this phone, trying to get it together, but kind of capitalizing off of what you just said. We got to do something. We see what's happening around the world, what they doing to black people. And like you said, they treating us as if we're powerless. They have no respect for us. I'm tired, Kev Matt. I'm tired. And you're right, something has to be done.
Yeah, we gotta become tired of being tired. You know, that's a term my mother used to always tell me. I'm tired of being tired. I'm sick of being tired.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Kev Mack, you still got a delay on me?
No, you good now. Okay,
I'm good now. Okay, let me try to get this phone propped. And okay, there we go. Heavenly gonna bounce in here with me too. There's a couple things I want to bring to the attention, to the platform, and to the people listening. And I don't got long, but thank you, Kev Mack, for giving me the platform once again. I wrote notes down, so I'm gonna be looking down at my paper from time to time, so I make sure I'm getting the correct information. Okay, we got a couple things that's going around in the world, and the one thing I would like to bring up, and I'm gonna get to George Floyd. That is the most recent thing that happened in Minneapolis, when you seen the police on the brother's neck for about 15 minutes. To me, we witnessed a homicide, a murder, assassination right in front of us. Now, we got to do something about that. We can't keep letting it happen. Like you said, they looking at us powerless. Oh, we just killed another brother. They're not going to do anything. That's incorrect. We're tired, and we have to do something, or we keep being slaves to this system and they treat us any kind of way. But let me cap on some of the stuff that happened, I would say probably in the last 60, 90 days. You have Amy Cooper that lied on Christian Cooper in Central Park, New York, when he was bird watching. And she called the police. For those that seen that video, now he didn't die, but once again, here is a white person complaining of a black man sitting in a park, bird watching, not doing anything, not bothering nobody, but it bothers her for some reason. And that phone call, the police did come out, but they said when they reached the scene, wasn't nothing there. But I know some of y'all seen the video and you see how ecstatic she got on the phone call. Oh, it's a African American, and he's threatening me and my dog. And hurry, come. I mean, she made it seem like the guy was just threatening her life and was about to do something to her. Now, had that went differently, we never know what the outcome could have been for him. So luckily, when the police got there, apparently they both was gone. But they say the young lady got let off leave and eventually fired. But I want to share you something about this leave when they say a person's off on leave. I'm going to tell you about that real quick. Administrative leave is a temporary leave from a job assignment with pay and benefits intact. In layman terms, that's no more than a vacation with pay. So we want to hear these people get fired. We don't want to hear administrative leave, because all that means is they're on a vacation with pay. Okay, moving forward. Another brother that got murdered. Ahmaud Arbery in Georgia. The brother was jogging. These people boxed him in, and they took his life. Now, we got George Floyd out of Minneapolis. We all seen what happened. The police had his foot on his neck. The brother suffocated. And it's actually a recorded execution. Okay? A recorded execution that we all could physically see. And we can't let them get off. We can't let them get off. Now, Goldie, my tribe rise. I'm tired of it. And I want to do something about it. And I also want to put a disclaimer out. I'm not advocating violence towards law enforcement. However, I am bringing awareness to take a stand against police brutality. It's our God-given right to protect ourselves. Our God-given right.
Yeah,
Okay.
well,
Go ahead.
they can call it whatever they want to call it. At the end of the day, something got to be done. Firing ain't enough. What, they gonna keep killing us and keep getting fired and then go get another job and get GoFundMe accounts and make money for killing us? And I mean, it goes without saying, man. Something has to be done. And so, like I say, something will be done. I'm not saying Goldie will do it. I'm not saying KevMac will do it. But everybody got to play their part. Whatever position you can play, get in, or like I said, move off to the side. But talking about it, we tired of that. We've been talking about it my whole life. 52 years.
Exactly.
We've been talking about it. We was talking about it during the 60s. We was talking about it during several different movements in Southern California with Black Liberation Army and so forth, the Black Panthers and everybody else. Like I said, they really not gonna understand this until the violence start hitting home where they live at, with their loved ones, the people they love and care about.
Exactly.
You know, people that belong to whatever organizations they belong to, you know, so. I mean, it is what it is, man. They call it what they wanted. I'm not telling nobody to do nothing, but I am saying those that legally own a gun, that have not been in trouble, that know how to use a weapon and know the law, to step up on these front lines and let them know, no, we not playing no more, man. It's time to mobilize, man. I'm not saying it's time to shoot, it's time to kill, it's time to mobilize. And whatever comes with that, just comes with it.
Okay, KevMac, I agree with everything you're saying, bro. I know my time is limited because you got other stuff, so I want to tackle some of the things that I got in front of me that I want to share with the audience.
Oh, yeah, bro.
And what's up, Loco? How you doing, bro?
What's up, man? I've been waiting to holler at you, homie. What's going on?
All right, man. You know, hey, bro, I'm right here, man, trying to push this movement forward. But anyway, man, we'll holler, Loco. Don't worry, we'll holler. KevMac can connect that. Once again, you guys, we have the God-given right to defend ourselves. Everybody does. But I want to touch on the First Amendment. All right, I want to touch on the First Amendment, and I want to share some of the things we can do. Some of the things we can do. The one thing I don't want to put out bad information and someone go out there and do something incorrect and get murdered themselves. Okay, because I'm not going to ask you to do anything that I wouldn't do. All I'm asking you, watch my tribe rise. Watch us, because we're tight and we're going to do something. What is the First Amendment? What is the First Amendment? In simple terms, the First Amendment protects several basic freedoms in the United States, including freedom of speech, freedom of press, the right to assemble, and the right to petition the government. It was part of the Bill of Rights that was added to the Constitution on December 15th, 1791. Now, the reason why I bring that out, because we have a right to videotape officers doing their job, long as you're at a reasonable distance, you can record them. You have the right. Don't let them tell you can't record because you can't. Don't let them take your camera, okay? Because you can't record them. Just give them a reasonable distance and don't interfere with their job. You can't record them, so you have that right. That's your First Amendment right. And I also want to push towards the Second Amendment. Second Amendment to the United States Constitution protects the individual right to keep and bear arms. It was ratified in December 15, 1791 as part of the Bill of Rights. At one time, we had every American had a right to bear arms. But where that went south, as soon as the Black Panthers decided to carry guns, that's when they want to change the law. You know, the NRA was all for bear arm. Americans could bear arms. But once again, as soon as the Black Panthers started bearing arms, they want to change the law. So I'm going to proceed with my studies here. The NRA, the National Rifle Association, supported gun control when the Black Panthers had their weapons. Open and carry was legal in California in the 1960s. And keep this in mind, 30 members of the Black Panther Party for self-defense were armed with .357 Magnums, 12-gauge shotguns, and .45 caliber pistols, and announced on the state capitol, the time has come for Black people to arm themselves. Now understand, they changed that law. So we can no longer just bear arms. You got to be certified. You got to have we got to be in an open and carry state. So things has changed. So we can't go that way. But our brothers and sisters that can carry guns, we need you to step up. For our brothers and sisters that's lawyers that are Black and you tired of this, we need to mobilize and come together. For our brothers and sisters that's in uniform, law enforcement that's also tired of this racism, we need to mobilize. We need to talk. We need to have dialogue. And, you know, keep in mind, we do need brothers and sisters in the political field. Just like we was talking with Barefoot Pookie, that in order to tackle this thing, yes, we need to have political power and we need to have people in these positions to make change. But if we have to go another way and stand up for our God-given right, well, that's something we got to do. Once again, a disclaimer. I am not advocating violence towards law enforcement. However, I am bringing awareness to take a stand against the police brutality. It is our God-given right. So follow me there. You guys follow me there. I'm trying to kick a little law with this at the same time, because we got to be right and we have to be strategic. And just to let you know, KevMac and KevMac people that's watching, My Tribe Rise, we meeting with Lil Doc on the east side with United We Stand, and we're going to have a sit down and we're going to talk about this because we tired and we ready to take a stand for our people. Talk to me, Kev Mac.
Oh, I thought you had more. I know you say you wrote notes down
I got more,
and everything.
I got more. I got more. I'm not finished.
Right.
Now, here's something, a citizen's arrest. Can a cop, a citizen's arrest, check this out. Can we arrest a cop as implementing a citizen's arrest? Yes, we can. The California statute 837 PC gives citizens a right to implement a citizen's arrest on law enforcement only if witnessing a crime or a felony being committed. However, looking further into this, it's a lot of gray areas when it comes to a citizen's arrest with police. But by law, we're able to do that. But once again, it's going to be very hard to keep a police in custody. So when it comes to that, man, it gets very tricky. But we actually have a right to do that. We actually have a right to do that, to do a citizen's arrest on a police officer if you see him committing a crime or a felony. Now, it's going to be hard. And once again, I do not want anybody approaching police in a negative manner. I'm just bringing awareness. And here's another thing. Can a cop open your car door while you driving? No, a cop cannot open your door without permission. They got to have a probable cause. If they see something inside your car looking through the window that is illegal, then that gives them all probable cause to go into your car without your permission. But overall, as long as you don't have nothing illegal that they can visually see, they cannot open your door on your vehicle. So I wanted to share that with you. What we witness if you use excessive force if the police use excessive force in a lengthened time and a person goes unconscious or limp, the officer's job at that point should be transition from enforcement to rendering aid. Okay? From law enforcement to rendering aid. So if a cop has you in their custody and somehow they choke you out or you pass out or they did some harm to you, at that point, their job, they're still a law, they're still the law, but at that, their job is to render aid. Call paramedics and assist you with whatever you're going through, which we see they did not do in the case of the brother George Floyd. So these are some of the things I wanted to share. I'm letting you know, Kev Mac, I'm talking about it, but I'm going to be about it. So, you know, you guys look out for My Tribe Rise, because we're going to be out there on the front lines because we're tired of it. Brothers are tired of it. I spoke with Melly Mel. I invited him to the meeting. I spoke to Rockhead. I invited him to this meeting. Once again, we meet on the east side. We're United We Stand on the east side to speak with Lil Doc and his people, along with me and some other people that he's going to bring to the table. And we're going to talk about this. What we're trying to find out resources that we can use against this police brutality, but approaching it in a proper way where we don't get ourselves shot or get ourselves in any criminal activities. So it's a funny twist, but we got to do something. We cannot longer sit around and just watch them take us out. And if it comes to the point where we got to stand up and defend ourselves, once again, we have our God-given right to do so.
Most certainly. Again, I mean, we've been going over this on the main channel for 2 weeks before this happened. Even when the Ahmaud Arbery thing happened, we need unity. We need people that, like you said, Goldie, that know the law. But I maintain we need people who don't have felonies. For the slow and uneducated people in the comment section, no felonies mean you're not a felon, and you have legal work to carry a gun. We need those type of people out there so they won't be trying to spray mace on you and, you know what I'm saying, and hit you upside the head because you're protesting. You know, when they see that we serious, they'll take us serious.
And that's very true, Kev Mac. Once they see that, that's what I'm saying. We have to do something. But we also want to be strategic when we step into this thing. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to just, come and get ourselves blown away. Now, we're no help to the cause. Now we got blown away. But at some point, man, we got to do something before we break out into a war.
Yeah, most certainly. And I thought that's what I was doing when I came on, but some people didn't understand that. We just, there's too much going on with our people right now, man. And we really need to just come together and set aside our differences and focus on the task at hand, which is letting law enforcement know that we tired of this shit and we're not going to stand by idly and let this stuff keep happening. Now, nothing I'm saying is you have to take it to that next level and commit violence, but in defending yourself, if that's what happens, that's what happens. But that incident you described. It was actually his knee, not his foot, and that was just blatant disrespect and a clear murder caught on video, and he didn't care.
Exactly.
That's
A
why I
straight
call it
execution.
disrespect. He didn't care, and that little fat motherfucker in front of him didn't care. He just let his partner do what he wanted to do, and he heard people out there saying, stop it. They heard him clearly saying he couldn't breathe over and over and over. That reminded me of somebody slaughtering a dog, man. You knew he had no win. The man's holding with his knee, with his hands in his pocket, because he knew dude was no threat at the time. And he knew he was being filmed. So that was a deliberate murder with all intent to disrespect that man and his family and to show us, the viewers, that they just didn't care.
Absolutely, Kev, man. Absolutely. You know what I don't understand is the brother was down in handcuffs. He was no threat to them. He was no threat. He was in handcuffs, laid flat out on the ground on his belly. Now, we all probably been in that position before. I have. Do you know when you flat out like that with your hands behind your back, you can't even do a complete 360 turn with your body? He was no threat. He was handcuffed. And when they lift that brother up and I seen his body limp, man, I lost it, man. I lost it, man. That touched me to my core. So, yeah, we definitely got to do something about that. Once again,
hey, let me say this. While you done did your disclaimer 2 or 3 times, let me just make it clear that I'm a several-time felon. Let me make that clear. I have felonies on my record. Most of the people I deal with, male or female, are felons. They have felonies. We can't legally possess firearms. So for those, not to disrespect supporters or people viewing this, but for those that's slow in the comment section, that would be an immediate reason to go to jail or go to prison for years. Exactly. Would you guys be willing to send us money and send us packages for being on the front line and knowing we were stupid enough to grab guns and go out on the front line when this is getting national attention? So if you're one of those that's saying, Kev Mac, get your gun and get out there. Kev Mac, get the armies together. You guys are gang members. Go out there on the front line. Well, do you have some friends that aren't gang members? Do you have some friends that can go legally get arms? Do you have friends that already legally can carry arms? Well, you, sir or miss, get your ass out there on the front line and take them with you. Because everything that Goldie is saying and everything that I am saying is within our God-given right and within the laws to go out there and stand up for us. Pay attention, you silly somethings. You know what I'm saying? Quit just, if you don't know how to join in peacefully and get behind what we talking about, just go ahead and leave. Just exit the chat room. Come back in a little while with the ladies of hip hop. Because right now we have a serious conversation and both of us agree that we need some dialogue. We don't need dialogue with the distractors that don't understand what a felon is and what a non-felon is. Right.
Yeah, brother, I'm in that same category. I already know ex-con with a gun. So I definitely feel that. Like I said, we need brothers and sisters that are able to carry a gun and be registered. You know, even brothers and sisters in uniform, we need that dialogue. We need more brothers and sisters in uniform that don't think like racist pigs. You know what I'm saying? We need that. We need judges. We need lawyers. We need all that to make this work. But I'm going to tell you something. Something's going to work. Something's going to work. We asking that.
I'm confident. I'm confident something's good going to come out of this one. Because, I mean, the common thing is everybody's tired of it. Even the naysayers are saying, we're tired of talking. Well, get your ass up and quit talking then. Quit tuning
Exactly.
in to people that's talking about it then. Get your ass up and go do something. Because
Right.
that's what we saying. We saying do this in a civil manner to where we make our presence known. And if you try that shit, you know, it's not going to be like it turned out with George Floyd or Ahmaud Arbery, you know, who actually died trying to defend himself. But once again, he wasn't strapped. He's out jogging, doing this thing, and so that's what we're calling on people that's legally able to bear arms and understand the law. Got lawyers on deck. Got knowledge of the law, and I'm not calling on no racists. I'm not calling on no black people that hate white people. I'm not calling on nobody else that hate white people. I started this conversation by saying it's not a race thing. It's about those with authority versus those without authority. Those that steadily abusing their authority and looking at us like some type of animals. Little Caesar, what's up, man? How you doing?
Yeah, Kev, man, I totally agree with you. You know, once again, we're not preaching hate. We're spreading awareness of what's going on out here and the things we could do to possibly reduce or stop another killing like this if we're present without criminalizing ourselves. So we're trying to find solutions. We're having to sit down with some tribes tomorrow, and we're going to figure something out because something got to give. But one thing is for sure, we're tired, and we're not going for it. We're not going for it no more. And this is across the land. Everybody is feeling this way. It's some white folks that's tired of it, man.
And that's why I said it's no longer a race thing. I'm sorry that you guys don't understand me or don't understand terminology or can't think for yourself. You need somebody else to think for you. But if it's all about race, then why aren't you guys calling on black cops to do something? Why you guys aren't calling on the black military to do something? If it's all about race, why you aren't protecting black people? That's why I say this is a morality issue on top of whatever else it is. We know how we've been treated in this country since I've been on this earth. But like Goldie said, it's white people tired of this. So where does the race come in? You don't want white people to help you. You don't want a white lawyer when you go to jail. You end up with a white public defender if your dumb ass ain't got no money. You're going to have a white judge in front of you. You're going to have a white prosecutor prosecuting your ass. So call it what you want. You guys are free to call it whatever you want and see it however you see it. You know the old saying, call a ball, strike a strike. That's your prerogative. Me, I'm not trying to start no race war. Again, this is us that don't have power in the law that's steadily coming out on the bad end of this. Whether it's
right, brother.
Yeah, whether it's in the streets or in the court of law.
And brother, that's why I say, man, during our time gang banging, man, we didn't, when we was really doing it, our hearts was really in it. You know what I mean? And we had no problem gunning down the enemy. None. And he probably was a black man. None. But when it comes to other folks, man, niggas don't forgot some shit. They don't forgot what they used to do. How we gonna gun down each other, but we don't protect ourselves amongst the enemy that's really trying to smash us? I don't understand that, Kev Mac. And the tribes, man, we have to come together. We got to put our heads together. We got to figure this out. We need to come with solutions. And I'm telling you, as I'm pushing this, now I'm no politician. I'm not even trying to get into politics, Kev, but I see that's a direction I'm going to have to scratch the surface a little bit to really get involved in the game.
We need that.
To really get involved in the game. And I got a friend that's a city councilman in Pasadena, and he's trying to become a mayor. And he comes to the peace walks. The brother used to be out there with us in the streets at one time. Now he's doing this, and I trust in him. Now that's a brother that could get some things done. And we need people like that. We need people like that. We need people to get in these political arenas where we'll have a voice and they're looking out for their people. We don't have that, so no one's looking out for us. And once we get that and get some really good black cops in the coming out the neighborhood, but in the law enforcement arena, that's really want to look out and help and serve the community. Now, this is not nothing that's going to happen overnight. It's going to take time. It's going to take a push. And if I get a really good push behind me at the same token, you know what I'm going to push for too? Man, I'll take this all the way up to the Supreme Court in that other court that they talk about when you do stuff on a large level. I forgot what it's called, but reparations. Man, give us our reparations. Let us start our own nation. Give us a part of this America, and man, let's build our own nation. That's what I'm on.
Right.
I don't know if y'all know Young Pharaoh, but Young Pharaoh's tired of this too. That brother's with it. I'm about to call him next because it's nation time. It's nation time. And once again, a disclaimer: we're not advocating violence towards law enforcement. However, we are bringing awareness to take a stand against police brutality. And we have our God-given right to do that. Every human being does. So we're going to continue to move forward with this thing, Kev Mac. I know in 15 minutes or so, you got to get on to the next show. But Heavily want to share some words. But I just want to say, people, get behind us. Get behind My Tribe Rise. Get behind United We Stand, because we fed up and we are the soldiers in the tribe that's on the front line. And I'll tell you, I'm not going to ask you to do nothing that I wouldn't do. So I'll be out there on the front line. Watch them. Watch them. Heavily want to say something, because I don't mind dying for my people and something I believe in. I was going to give my life for game banging. I could give my life for my people, for my sons, for a better tomorrow. I have no problem with that.
Right.
You know, I just look this way. I'm just like it. I never said I wasn't with the business.
Ain't nobody saying that.
You like it, you know.
Ain't nobody saying we ain't with the business, but you know, you got to be careful. You got to do everything calculated.
Absolutely, absolutely. Go ahead, Heavenly.
How you doing, Heavenly?
Hey, Kev Mac. Hey, Maniacs. How you all doing today? It's so good to be here. I totally am 100% in support of what Goldie is speaking on today. As I watched the video of George Floyd when they were picking him up, and you can already tell this man had been murdered. As a mother, as a sister, as a daughter, as an aunt, it touched my heart where I started crying, like, what are we going to do to stop this type of violence, to stop police brutality? And we've been just talking about it all day long. And one thing that I really want us all to try and find out more about is, how do we go forward with a citizen's arrest? I heard Goldie mentioning that earlier, because my understanding is that when we see a felony in progress,
right,
that we are able as citizens to make an arrest. And I know that there are certain procedures to make that happen. I'm like, I heard you all talking about, we need to have people unite with us that knows the law, that allows us to be able to move forward with citizens arrest, move forward with protecting our people from continually being murdered by the police. And yeah, you know, as we were having conversations with different folks today, some people were, which we hear all the time, Kev Mac, they'll say, well, Black people are killing Black people. And I'm like, well, we can be activists and speak peace amongst our tribes, amongst the community, amongst one another, and still be activists against police brutality. That actually, in my mind, as My Tribe Rise, peace is peace. And then when we want to promote peace if we want to promote peace, asking the police, the law enforcement to stop what they're doing, that's also reaching out, asking for peace, because all of it needs to stop. All of it needs to stop. And I just think that as a woman, I felt like this is really affecting us, our complete community. And I felt like when I grew up, I appreciated the tribes, people like Goldie who protected us. I remember when I was young, I went from one time kind of intimidated by tribes to switching over to being protected by tribes. And that's what people out here need to know, that the tribes are here to protect our communities. And that's exactly what we need to do. We need to educate ourselves. We need to get knowledge. I'm glad to hear that the tribes are gathering tomorrow to speak about how do we protect ourselves? How do we put a stop to this type of police brutality? It was just so sad to see so many people standing around watching this man be murdered. But I think that we just don't know what to do when we see things like that. And so we're hoping that everyone will get together, do our homework to find out what are we supposed to do as the community, as tribes, to put a stop to this type of violence and brutality when we see it right in our face.
And once again, you know, everything that Heavenly said, man, is right on point. And once again, like I said, I'm not in the political arena, but it seems like I got to scratch the surface a little bit to learn more, to get educated, to see how we can approach these things where we don't criminate ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Or get blown away by the police, because I don't want that to happen to myself, to my queen, or anyone else out there watching, for that matter. So we got to approach this thing correctly in a proper manner.
We're also reaching out to the law enforcement, asking them to come and collaborate to find out how do we put a stop, because I also feel like, you know, people always say, don't group all the cops together as bad cops. Well, I feel like then why aren't these quote unquote good cops stepping up and saying something about what bad cops are doing? Because they always want us to see something, tell something. What is that saying they had? If we see something, they want us to tell them what's going on. Why aren't they telling on themselves? Why are they not pointing out what they are doing wrong to people in the community? And one thing that just really kind of ticked me off today when I was reading some things about police brutality is that they call them peace officers. And I'm like,
no peace.
What about what they're doing is peace? Nothing
peace
about it seems like peace. And so again, I feel like police officers who are out there, can you show us and tell us what do you see as peace, and what is going on with so many Black men being murdered? And I also wanted to just take a moment and say, as a Black woman, I want to let you all know, Black men, we love you. We love our Black men. We're seeing our Black men murdered left and right, our children murdered left and right. And I want you all to know that we love you. I love my Black men. I love seeing our Black men together. And so as a woman, I want you all to know that we love you, Black men. We praying for you. We standing right alongside you. We ready to go. And I know we don't want to use the word go to war, but we're ready to.
We're ready to go. We're
ready to stand right beside you to make a difference.
Well, war can always be spiritual, you know, mental. It's a lot. And I don't want people to be so narrow-minded to every word Goldie or Heavenly or myself use that you guys just take it and run with it. You have to put it in the proper context and understand what's being said here, and understand that, you know, people don't want to go too far over the internet. You know what I'm saying? You know how they do us. And once again, we go back to, we need people to know the law, and we need lawyers, and we need everybody to come together, stand together, and stick with each other. We also have to stop killing each other and hating on each other so much, man. We got that bad in the Black community. As far as Heavenly had mentioned something about, you know, Blacks killing Blacks, and, you know, people bring that up. White people love to use that as an excuse. But the difference is, if I kill Goldie, I'm going to prison. If police kill Goldie, he's not going to prison. That's what people are missing. People not understanding that.
Right. That is such a great point because that's so true. They get away with it and then get paid vacation.
Paid vacation, as they call it, administrative leave. Administrative leave no more than a paid vacation.
Right.
You want to hear they're fired. That's what we want to hear.
They get paid for it, and that's why I said earlier, they're held as like a national hero when they do it because they're getting paid for doing it. It's like a reward, and sometimes they don't even lose their job. All these murders don't make the news only because of cell phones.
Right. The ones that get caught on camera definitely make it. And a lot of times, if it wasn't caught on camera, it might have been swept under the rug, and we would never even know about it. In some cases.
We're gonna get out of here in 5 minutes, but Goldie, they want to know where they can get the merchandise to support your movement.
Okay, send me I'll leave my email. Hit me up on my email. Send your size and everything, and I'll get back to you. Your size and the color you want at mytriberise@gmail.com. Real simple. mytriberise@gmail.com. If you want to support us, paypal.me/mytriberise. I'm going to come back to this platform. I know, Kev Mac, you got to get out of here, and I'm going to let you know how we coming along because this is a movement for us. My Tribe Rise, we a full movement. We're not just passing out food to homeless people. We with it all the way around.
But being that he did bring up feeding the homeless, we are out here with the Feed the Homeless Challenge. We want you all to participate and be a part. And the way you can be a part of it is when you're doing something in the community, share it with us. You can put hashtag Feed the Homeless Challenge, hashtag My Tribe Rise. And our goal is to get several videos to put together from everyone across the nation and put it all together to show what we are all doing together to give back to the community.
Yeah, somebody, Mike Hard, I don't always agree with his comments, but this is what I was alluding to earlier when I mentioned the GoFundMe account. A lot of these guys get GoFundMe accounts and white supremacists donate hundreds of thousands of dollars, man.
And get funded. Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, y'all want to say something else in closing? We got about 2 more minutes.
I want to say something really quick, Kev Mac. We just want to ask for everyone to go to our My Tribe Rise Facebook page and like our page. You can also follow what we are doing in the community. We appreciate everyone's support. We also, you will find out more information of what we are learning about, what knowledge we are getting about this movement against police brutality.
Yeah, My Tribe Rise on Facebook. That's right. Yeah. In closing, Kev Mac, once again, brother, thank you for the platform. Tribe members, we need to get it together. Black people, we need to get it together. But not only that, understand this is a universal thing. It's for all people that are like-minded. But anybody that's interested in coming to our meeting tomorrow, Pacific Standard Time, 6 p.m. in California, you can hit me up at what's my Gmail? mytriberise@gmail.com. Hit me up. I'll send you information if you're interested because we want like-minded people coming to the table.
Do you have the address where they can meet you at tomorrow?
If you hit me up on my Gmail, I will give you that information.
And we'll also put it up on our My Tribe Rise page.
And we put it up.
I know United We Stand is also joining. Several different tribes are coming together to find out how are we going to put a stop to police brutality.
That's right.
And we need unity. We need numbers. We need everyone to come together to make this different.
So we are doing something.
Okay.
We're not just sitting down. We are trying to do something. Thank you, Kev Mac, because I know you got to run, brother. Yeah. Once again, shout out to KevMacVideos giving us a platform. My Tribe Rise, we out.
Thank you.
You guys need to come back Friday or Saturday. Just hit me up, Goldie.
Oh, I will do, brother. Will do.
Take it easy, Emily. Thanks for coming on.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I want to end. I got to go because we got Ladies of Hip Hop coming on in 5 minutes. But I want to say this. I have a lot of great supporters. Love you guys. You guys have really stepped up recently. But for those that don't support, but talk a lot of shit, let me just say this and let me make this clear. You guys, I don't want to say you're broke because I don't know if you're broke. I don't want to call you punks or motherfuckers because you probably good people. But if you're in the comment section talking shit and you can't even give 99 cents or $1.99 to a platform to bring you all this, that entertains you and keeps you coming back, what make you think that somebody gonna go out and kill a cop or spill blood and you motherfuckers won't even give up 99 cents or $2? You guys ain't gonna be down for your people. You ain't gonna be down to go spill no blood if you ain't down to share $2. Get out of here, miss me with that bullshit. Trolls gotta go. Trolls gotta go. When I come back at 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock, all you trolls, all you weird comment people will be banned from this channel. I'm letting you know right now. I usually don't ban people, but I'm banning trolls from this channel. We gotta tighten up. We don't need distractors. Peace, y'all. Good looking out, Mark Bolden Show.